mathematics class. This class is for class 7th and chapter we were discussing fraction and decimals. Because most of you have asked to make a virtual class on the topic fractions or exercise 2a that was left. So I am again back with the same topic. Now in this we will be discussing fractions. So what is the meaning of a fraction? If I say 1 upon 2 or 1 upon 3 or 4 upon 9 or something like this, it means in first case 1 is divided into how many parts? 2 parts. In this one thing or one object, it can be anything, that 1 is divided into 3 equal parts. In this 4 is divided into 9 equal parts. Now what is the meaning of this? 1 is a whole number, here also 1 is a whole, let's say 2 upon 3. So two things are divided into 3 equal parts. So 2 is a whole number, 4 is a whole number. So what is a fraction? Fraction is a part of whole. What is a fraction? Fraction is a part of whole. Part of whole. Whole stands for whole number. If you take 2 chocolates, so 2 here is a whole number and you divide it into 3 children or 3 friends, so each one will get 2/3. 2/3 means out of 2 we are making 3 equal parts. So what is the meaning of this? That a whole is divided into given number of parts. So basically what is a fraction? Fraction is a part of whole. Now there are different types of fractions. First, when I will discuss about types of fractions. First is decimal fraction. What is the meaning of decimal fraction? Any fraction whose denominator is in the power of 10, means in the power of 10, or you can say whose denominator is 10, 100, 1000, means if I say 5 upon 10,000, this is a decimal fraction. So what is the basic requirement for a fraction to be a decimal fraction? In the denominator, the number should be 10 or its powers. Suppose I say 1 upon, or I say 7 upon 100. This is a decimal fraction. Why decimal fraction? Because this can be written as 0.07. That is why it is a decimal fraction. I say 2 upon 20. When you reduce, it will become 1 upon 10, can be written as 0.1. So this is a decimal fraction. So I hope it is clear what is decimal fraction, in which the denominator is 10 or in the powers of 10. Next is your vulgar fraction. Vulgar fraction. Now what is the meaning of vulgar fraction? Whose denominator is a whole number. Whole number means, suppose I say 1 upon 2, so denominator is a whole number, this is a vulgar fraction. 2 upon 3, denominator is a whole number, vulgar fraction. 4 upon 9, denominator is 3, it is a vulgar fraction. 2 upon 20, denominator is whole number, it is a vulgar fraction. 7 upon 100, denominator is a whole number, it is a vulgar fraction. So what is a vulgar fraction? Any fraction whose denominator is a whole number. Suppose I say 1 upon 0.5. This is not a vulgar fraction because the number is not whole, it is in the form of decimal. We can convert it to a vulgar fraction. How? This can be written as, when you, it is 1 upon 0.5. When you remove this point, you will increase 1 0. So it will be 10 upon 2, that is 5. 2 can be written as 2 upon 1 and 1 is a whole number. So it is a vulgar fraction. So you remember this much, any fraction whose denominator is a whole number is known as vulgar fraction. Next is your proper fraction. What is proper fraction? Proper fraction means where numerator, a fraction whose numerator is less than denominator. Suppose 1 upon 2, 2 upon 3, 4 upon 9, everywhere. Suppose I take 1 upon. So in this numerator is 1, denominator is 2. So 1 is less than 2, therefore it is a proper fraction. Suppose I take 2 upon 3, in this 2 is numerator, 3 is denominator and 2 is less than 3, so it is a proper fraction. 4 upon 9, 4 is less than 9, proper fraction. Suppose I say 11 upon 7. Now here 11 is greater than 7, so this is not a proper fraction. So what is a proper fraction? In any fraction, if numerator is less than the denominator, it is known as proper fraction. I hope by this this has been clear to you. Now we move on to the next topic, that is improper fraction. So what are improper fractions? In which a fraction in which improper fractions. What is improper fraction? A fraction in which numerator is either equal to, in which numerator is greater than or equal to denominator. That is known as improper fraction. Suppose I say 2 upon 5. Here you can say 2 is less than 5, so it is a proper fraction. I am saying 5 upon 17, so proper. But I say 17 upon 5, so you can see that 17 is greater than 5, so it is improper fraction. And I say 9 upon 9. Here numerator is 9, denominator is also 9. So 9 is equal to 9. So that is also improper fraction. Improper fraction means any fraction in which numerator is greater or equal to the denominator, we say or we call that fraction as improper fraction. Now next is about mixed fraction. Next type of fractions are mixed fractions. Mixed fraction means which contain a whole number and a fraction. Suppose I say 5 upon 2. It means you will divide 5 by 2. Let us see. 5 when you divide by 2, 2 2s are 4, 1 remainder. So it can be written as 2 whole quotient into 1 upon 2. Quotient 2 is the whole number, 1 upon 2. Or I take as 5 upon 3. So what we'll do, we divide the 5 by 3. 3 ones are 3, 2 is left. So this can be written as quotient plus 2 upon 3. Remainder, we write it quotient in plus remainder upon dividend or dividend. So a fraction which is combination of whole number and a fraction, it is known as a mixed fraction. Now let us discuss few questions based on this. Let me give you one better example for this. Example for mixed fraction as 7, let's say 7 upon 3. When you convert it, this is an improper fraction. Basically this is an improper fraction. When you convert it in mixed fraction, you will divide 7 by 3. So 3 2s are 6, 1 is remainder. It means this can be written as 2 whole 1 upon 3. Now if it has been given to you as 2 whole 1 upon 3 and you have to write it in the form of improper fraction, that can be written as, what we do, we simply 2 whole 1 upon 3 can also be written as 2 plus 1 upon 3, where 2 is the whole number and 1 upon 3 is the fraction. So how, if you convert it to the this, you will take LCM as 3 and this will be upon 1. 1 divided by 3 is 3, 3 into 2 is 6, plus 3 divided by 3 is 1, 1 into 1 is 1, is equal to 7 upon 3. Means this is how we convert a mixed fraction to improper fraction. Let us take one more example. Let us take an example, 93 upon 11. So what we'll do, first we will convert it to a mixed fraction and then vice versa. Means from mixed fraction we will convert it back to the improper fraction. Now what we do, we divide 93 by 11. So 11 8s is 88. Now 8, 5 is 13 and here nothing is there. So how can you write 8 whole number and 5 remainder upon dividend. Now if I convert 8 whole 5 upon 11, it can be written as 8 plus 5 upon 11. Here if nothing is there in the denominator on a number, we can say it is 1. We cannot say it is 0 because 8 upon 0 doesn't means anything in mathematics, or any number upon 0. Denominator 0, it is never possible. It is not defined in maths. Anything, any number with denominator 0 is never defined. So here we'll take LCM. LCM is 1. 1 divides 11 is 11. 11 into 8 is 88 plus 11 divides 11, it is 1. 1 into 5 is 5. 88 and 5 is 93 upon 11. It means this can again be converted to 93 upon 11. This is the method how we can convert improper fractions into mixed fractions and mixed fractions back to improper fractions. Now we will discuss about simplest form, or simplest form is also known as lowest term. This you must have studied in previous classes. What is the simplest form? Means a fraction a upon b is said to be in simplest form if it doesn't have any common factors, no common factors other than 1. Other than 1. Suppose I say 2 upon 3. So 2 upon 3 is, can be written as 2 into 1 and 3 into 1. So there is nothing common other than 1 in this. But I say 10 upon 15. So if you write 10, can be written as 2 into 5 and 3 into 5. Now 10 upon 15 has common factors 5. So this is not a fraction in simplest form. This is not a fraction in simplest form. To make it or to convert this fraction into simplest form, we need to cancel these 5 and finally we will get 2 upon 3. Now 2 upon 3 doesn't have any common factor other than 1. So this is a fraction in lowest term or simplest form. Let's take one more example. Let's say 6 upon 14. 6 can be written as 3 into 2. 14 can be written as 7 into 2. Now 2 is common. So we will cancel this 2 and 2 and we will get 3 upon 7. Now 3 can be written as 3 into 1. 7 can be written as 7 into 1. So there are no common factors other than 1. What is common here? Only 1 is common. 3 and 7 are not common at all. So now 6 upon 14 has been converted to 3 upon 7, 3 upon 7, and this is the lowest term or lowest form, or can be also known as simplest form. So I hope by now simplest form or lowest form would be clear. Now we move on to few more types of fractions. Next is your equivalent fractions. Equivalent fractions. What are equivalent fractions? If any two fractions, when reduced to their lowest term, they have the same value. Suppose I say 15 upon 25 and I say 24, let us say 15 upon 25 can be written as 3 5s are 15, 5 3s are 15 and 5 5s are 25. Now let us say any other number, 24 upon 40. This 15 upon 25 has factors 5 and 3 and 25 has factors 5 and 5. So what is common in them? 5 and 5. When you cancel this 5 and this 5, you will get 3 upon 5. Now in this 24 can be written as 3 into 8 and 40 can be written as 5 into 8. So if you cancel these common factors, you will again get 3 upon 5. So if two fractions are there which can be reduced to the same value, then those two fractions are known as equivalent fractions. Means 15 upon 25 and 24 upon 40 are equivalent fractions. Now let us discuss simple fraction. Okay, now the main thing is like and unlike fractions. This you need to remember. This is of very much importance. So what are like fractions? Like fractions are like fractions and unlike fractions. What are like fractions? Fractions in which denominators are same. Suppose I say 2 upon 11, 9 upon 11, 11 upon 11, 13 upon 11. Since all these fractions have the same denominator 11, so they are said to be like fractions. What are unlike fractions? Which are having different denominators. Suppose 2 upon 3, then 2 upon 11, then 9 upon 13, 5 upon 7. These are unlike fractions. So what are like fractions? In which are having same denominators. Same denominators. And unlike fraction are fractions with different denominators. Unlike fractions are fractions with different denominators. Like fractions are fractions with same denominators. Now, next is how to compare the two given fractions. Comparison of fractions. Next topic is about comparison. Comparison of fractions. Suppose you have been given a fraction a upon b and you have been a fraction c upon d. How do we compare them? Either they can be equal to, either a upon b may be smaller or c upon d may be smaller. So now to place which sign among them, how do we do? We generally cross multiply. Means a is multiplied to d and b is multiplied to c. So it will become AD and BC. A into D will be AD, B into C will be BC. And then we can easily make out which number is bigger or smaller or equal. We can say that the number is which we can easily compare. Now let's take 5 upon 7 and 3 upon 8. You have to find you have to compare these two fractions. Now what we do, we cross multiply them. 5 into 8 and dash 3 into 7. 5 8s are 40 dash 7 3s are 21. Which number is bigger? I hope you know 40 is bigger. It means this value is bigger. How we got this value? By the fraction. So we can say 5 upon 7 is greater than 3 upon 8. Or we can also say that 5 upon, or that's it. 5 upon 7 is greater than 3 upon 8. Now let us say 1 whole 1 upon 2 and 1 whole 1 upon 4. Question is, compare these two fractions. First you will convert them into proper fractions. So 2 ones are 2 plus 1 3. This will become 3 upon 2. This will be 4 ones are 4 plus 1 5 upon 4. Now what we do, we cross multiply. So 3 into 4 dash 2 into 5. 4 3s is 12 and this is 5 2s are 10. Which is greater? 12. 12 is greater, it means 1 whole 1 upon 2 is greater than 1 whole 1 upon 4. Or even you can make out that 1 upon 2 is bigger and 1 upon 2 is smaller. So better we follow this particular rule so that to avoid any confusion. Now we will discuss what is the meaning of reciprocal and division of fraction. So first of all, reciprocal of division of fraction. What is reciprocal? Reciprocal of a fraction means its inverse. Suppose I say a upon b is a fraction, so its reciprocal will be b upon a. Means if it is 2 upon 5, its reciprocal will be 5 upon 2. If it is 9 upon 8, its reciprocal will be 8 upon 9. Right? Now we discuss about the division of fractions. When two fractions are divided, let us say a upon b, division sign c upon d. What happens? A upon b will remain as it is, but the fraction before which there is a division sign, the division sign changes to multiplication sign and we write the reciprocal of the next fractions. Means this division sign converts to multiplication sign and in place of c upon d we will write d upon c and we multiply. When we multiply, the numerators are multiplied. So numerator a into d is ad, denominator b into c is bc. That is the final value. Let us take any example for that. Let's take 3 upon 8 divided by 3 upon 10. What it will be? 3 upon 8 will be as it is. Division sign converts to multiplication sign. 3 upon 10 will convert to its reciprocal and its reciprocal will be 10 upon 3. Since this was 3 upon 10, so denominator goes to numerator and numerator comes back to the denominator. So it is 10 upon 3. Now 3 and 3 will cancel. 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 10, 5, 3 1s are 3 and 3 1s are 3. 5 1s are 5, 4 1s are 4. This is improper fraction. If you want to write it in a mixed fraction, 4 1s are 4, 1 whole 1 upon 4 is the final value. Let's take one more question. Let's take 3 whole 4 upon 5 divided by 3 whole 4 upon 5 divided by 2 whole 3 upon 8. 3 upon 8. Now first of all convert them into proper or improper. 5 3 is 15 and 4. This will be 19 upon 5 divided by 16. 19 upon 8. 16 and 3 19. Now in this what we will do? 19 upon 5 a multiplication sign and they will get reverse. Reverse means reciprocal. 8 upon 19. 19 ones are 19. 19 ones are 19. Now 8 and 5 do not have any common factors, so 8 into 1 is 8, 5 into 1 is 5. This can be converted to a to a mixed fraction. How? When you divide 8 by 5, 5 ones are 5, 3 upon 5. I'll show you 8 when divided by 5. 5 ones are 5, remainder is 3. So 1 whole 3 upon 5, 1 whole 3 upon 5 is the final value. Now we have done almost everything. Only one thing is left, that is complex fraction. What is a complex fraction? Complex fraction are those types of fractions in which numerator and denominators both are in the form of fractions. What is a complex fraction? In which the numerator part as well as the denominator part is also in the form of a fraction. Suppose I say 1 upon 2 upon 5 upon 7. So this is a complex fraction. Now how to solve this? 1 upon 2 and then this upon can be considered as a division sign, divided by 5 upon 7. Now you know when there is a division sign, that converts to the multiplication and the next fraction gets reversed. So 1 upon 2 into 7 upon 5, this will be 7 into 1 is 7, 5 2s are 10. Means this complex fraction has been converted to a proper fraction like this. So what is a complex fraction? In which numerator as well as the denominator are in the form of fractions. Those types of fractions are known as complex fractions. Now we have finished the introduction of the fractions. We will move on to the exercise and we move on to exercise 2a. Let's see what is there in exercise 2a. Now exercise 2a, we have taken question number 1, third part. In this we have to evaluate. Evaluate means find the value of. So question is 8 upon 15 plus 7 upon 45 and plus 4. You have to find the value of this total expression. Either you can understand it as simplify or evaluate or find the value. Now out of this, 4 can be written as 4 upon 1. Because if I simply write 5, 5 means with numerator, if you write 5 in fraction form, 5 means numerator is 5 and denominator is 1. Now, so I have written 4 as 4 upon 1. Now what we do, we take the LCM. LCM of 15 and 45 will be 45. 15 divided by 45 is 3. 3 into 8 is 24. Plus 45 divides 45 is 1. 1 into 7 is 7. Plus 1 divides 45 is 45. 45 into 4 is 180. Now what are we going to do? Simply add all these. 0 plus 7 and 4, 11, 1. 8, 1, 9, 10, 11, 1 and 1. So 211 upon 45. This is improper fraction. So what we will do? We will convert this into a mixed fraction. It means 211 needs to be divided by 45. So 45 fours is 22, 16, 18, 180. Okay, so what is left? Now when you 1 minus 0 is 1 and 8 and 9, 10, 21 is left. So we can write it as 4 whole 21 upon 45. This is the final value. Now we move on to the fifth part. Same question, it is 2 whole 5 upon 9 plus 3 whole 2 upon 3 plus 2 whole 2 upon 7. First of all, we will convert all these in improper fraction. 9 twos are 18 and 5, 23. So 23 upon 9 plus 3 threes are 9 and 2, 11 upon 3 plus 7 to the 14 and 2, 16 upon 7. Now we take the LCM of 9, 3 and 7. So LCM will be 9 sevens are 63. 9 divided by 63 is 7. So 23 into 7. 7 threes are 21. 2, 7 to the 14, 15, 16. 161 plus 3 twos are and 3 ones are. 321 times is 63. So 21 into 11. 11 ones are 11. 11 to 22 and 23. 231. It is 231 plus 7 nines are 9 6 are 54. 144 is this value. After solving this, we will add 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 3 and 4, 7, 13, 7 and 6, 13. So 3, 1 carry 2, 4, 5, 536 upon 63. Now what we'll do, again we will convert this 563 upon 536 upon 63 into mixed fractions. So 536 divided by 63. So 3s are 24, 2, 8, 6 are 48, 49, 50. So what is left? 8, 6 minus 4 is 2 and 3 minus 0 is 3. So it will divide by 8. So it can be written as 8 whole 32 upon 63. That is the final value. Question number 2, third part. 3 whole 3 upon 4 minus 1 whole 1 upon 4. First of all, we will convert it into a improper fraction, that is 4 3s are 12, 15 upon 4 minus 4 and 1, 5 upon 4. Now these are like fractions, so if you take the LCM, LCM will be 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so that will be 15, minus 4 divided by 4 is 1, 1 into 5 is 5, 15 minus 5 is 10 upon 4. If you want to reduce it, so 2 5s are 10, 2 2s are 4, it is 5 upon 2. When you solve it will be 2 whole 1 upon 2. Now fifth part. Fifth part is 2 whole 9 upon 10 minus 1 whole 13 upon 15. Again convert it, so 2 tens are 20 and 9, 29 upon 10 minus 15 and 13 is 28 upon 15. LCM of 10 and 15 will be 30. So 10 3s are 30, 3 9s are 27, 2 3 2 6 7 87 minus 15 2s are 8 2s are 16, 2 2s are 4 and 5. So 7 minus 6 is 1, 8 minus 5 is 3, 31 upon 30, or this can be written as 31s are 30, 1 upon 30. That is the final value. Now we move on to the next question, that is simplify. So third question, we will be taking last part, that is having a lot of calculation. Now question number 3, fourth part. Question is 2 whole 1 upon 5 plus 1 whole 4 upon 7 minus 4 whole 1 upon 2 minus 3 upon 5 and plus 2 whole 8 upon 35. First of all, there are few terms which are in the form of mixed fraction. We will convert them into improper fraction. So 5 to the 10, 1, 11 upon 5 plus 7, 4, 11 upon 7 minus 4 to the 8, 1, 9 upon 2 minus 3 upon 5 plus 35 to the 70 and 8, 78 upon 35. So LCM will be 70. 5 7 is a 35. So 35 is the biggest number into 2. So 35 to the 70. Now 5 divided by 70, that is 14. When you divide 70 by what we do, the LCM is divided by the denominator. So denominator is 5, 5 divided 70, that is 14. 14 into 11, 14 ones are 14, 4, 1 carry, 14 and 1, 15. 154 plus 7 divided 70 is 10, 10 into 11 is 110 minus 2 divided 70 is 35, so 35 into 9. 35 into 9, 5 is 45, 4 carry, 9 is 27, 20, 20, 30, 31. 315, so minus 315 minus 5 divided 70 is 14, 14 3 is 42 plus 35 2s are 70, 8 2s are 16, 7 14 156. These are the values that we are getting after calculation. Now all the positive will be taken together and all the negatives will be taken together. It means we can write this as 154 plus 110 plus 156 minus 315 minus 42 upon 70. So when we add all the positive, 6 and 4 10, 0, 1 carry 5 1 6, 7 and 5 12, 2, 1 carry 2, 3 420 minus 5 and 2 is 7, 4 1 5 and 357 upon 70. Now 10 minus 7 is 3 and this is 11. 6 and 5 11 and nothing is left. So 63 upon 70 is the final value of this question. And it cannot be reduced to the lowest term because 60, okay, we can reduce it to the lowest term. So 63 upon 70, 7 9s are 63, 7 10s are 70. So the final answer is 9 upon 10, means we divided both these numbers with 7. 7 9s are and 7 10s are. So this is your third question, fourth part. I hope by now you would have understood. Now we move on to the next. Now I have taken question number 4, third part. It is multiply, means we have to multiply the given fractions. Now these fractions are given in the form of mixed fractions. So first of all we convert in improper fraction. Now 24 into 2 is 48, 48 and 7, 55. So 55 upon 24 into 33 ones are 33 plus 7 is 40 upon 33. Now these can be divided by 11. 11 3s are 33, 11 5s are 55. This can be divided by 4. 4 6s are 24, 4 10s are 40. Again 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10. So 5 into 5 is 25 and 3 into 3 is 9. When you solve it, it will be 9 2s are 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25. 7 left. 7 upon 9, that is the answer. Now we will take fourth part. Fourth part is 3 whole 3 upon 14 into 2 whole 5 upon 8 into 2 whole 8 upon 9. Now when you solve them, first of all again convert into this form. So 14 3s are 42 and 3 45 can be written as 45 upon 14 into 8 to the 16 and 5 21, 21 upon 8 into 9 2s are 18 and 8 26 upon 9. We converted all these mixed fraction in the form of improper fraction. Now let's see what can be cancelled. So 9 ones are 9, 9 fives are 45, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21, 2 ones are 2, 2 3s are 6. So we got 5 into 3 into 13 upon 8. Now 13 into 5 is 65 into 3 upon 8, which can be written as 5 3s are 15, 18 and 119, 195 upon 8. When you divide 195 by 8, let's see 195 divided by 8. So 8 2s is 16, 3 left 35, 8 4s is 32, 3 left. So 24 whole number, 3 upon 8 is the final value. Now we move on to the division or next question. So next question is division. So question number 5, we will take third part. Question number 5, third part. In this, it is 4 whole 3 upon 5 divided by 2 upon 3. Now, just now we have studied that first of all we convert into improper fraction. 4 5 is 20 and 3 23. 23 upon 5. This division sign will convert to the multiplication sign, and this fraction next to the division sign will get reciprocal of itself. So it will become 3 upon 2. It was 2 upon 3. It was 2 upon 3, so it will become 3 upon 2. Now you can see there are no common factors. This is a prime number, is also a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 2 is a prime number. So simply we multiply. How do we multiply? Numerator is multiply to the numerator, denominator multiply to the denominator. 3 3 is 9, 3 2 6, 69 upon 10. Or it can be written as 6 whole 9 upon 10. That is the final value. Now let's see what is there in the fourth part. Fourth part is 6 whole 2 upon 5 divided by 1 whole 1 upon 15. Again convert it into improper fraction. 5 3 is 6 are 30 and 2 32. 32 upon 5, division sign, 15 and 1 16 upon 15. Now when you divide, so the division sign will convert to the multiplication sign, and this fraction will get reversed. It means 16 upon 15 will become 15 upon 16. Now 5 3s are 15, 16 2s is 32, 3 into 2 is 6 upon 1, or simply 6 is the final value. Now we move on to question number 6. Convert the following fraction into simplest form. Means it is in few of the questions. Question number 6. Let's see which part we will do. Third and fourth. Okay, third part is 4 whole 2 upon 3 upon 3 whole 1 upon 9. So this is what type of fraction? This is a complex fraction, and just now we have discussed how to convert complex fraction to a normal fraction. So first of all we can say 4 3 are 12 and 2 14. 14 upon 3 upon 9 is 27 and 128 upon 9. Means 14 upon 3 is divided by 28 upon 9. That can be written as 14 upon 3, division changes to multiplication, 28 upon 9 change to 9 upon 28. Now 14 ones are 14, 14 twos are 28, 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9. So we got 3 upon 2, 3 upon 2 can be written as 1 whole 1 upon 2. That is the final value. Now we will move on to the fourth part, that is 2 whole 3 upon 4 upon whole upon 4 upon 5. 4 upon 5. So this can be 4 to the 8, 9, 10, 11. This can be written as 11 upon 4. Then a division sign, 4 upon 5. So 11 upon 4 changes to multiplication. This will be 5 upon 4. So 11 5s are 55 upon 16. Now because there are no common factors, so we will divide 55 by 16. 16 3s are 48. 48. So 48 8. 7 is left. So what is there? It can be written as 3 whole 7 upon 16, and that is the final value. Now next question number 7. In question number 7, you have to find the value of. So find the value of question number 7. Let's see which part we will consider. So we will consider fourth part and fifth part. Question number 7, fourth part. Find the value of 8 upon 23. 8 upon 23 of 46. Of means you must have studied in BODMAS that of means multiplication. So 8 upon 23 into 46 upon 1 you can say. So 23 2s is 46, so 8 2s is 16. 16 is the final value. Now we'll take fifth part. Fifth part is 3 whole 1 upon 4 of 8 upon 39. 4 3s are 12 and 13. 13 upon 4 of means multiply. 8 upon 39. Now 13 1s are 13, 13 3s are 39, 4 2s are 8. So final value is 2 upon 3. That is the value. Now there are few questions of statement. We will discuss few questions that have been in the statement. Let's talk about question number 8. What is question number 8? I will read it. Kiran needed 3 pieces of red wool. Kiran needed how many pieces? 3 pieces. Pieces of wool, or I say red wool. Wool, simply wool. For a stock she was knitting. Each piece had to be 5 upon 3 meters in length. Now each piece is how much? 5 upon 6 meters. 6 meters in length. If she bought 4 whole 4 upon 4 meters, she bought how much? She bought 4 whole 3 upon 4 meters of wool. You have to find how much wool should she have left over. She needed how many pieces? 3 pieces. Length of each piece is 5 upon 6. So we will calculate length of 3 pieces. That will be 3 into length of each piece. So each piece length is how much? It is 5 upon 6 meter. So total it becomes 3 can be written as 3 upon 1. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. It is how many meters? 5 upon 2 meters. But she bought this much. So how much is left? So left wool will be bought wool minus used wool. Minus used wool. How much she bought? 4 whole 3 upon 4. And how much she used? 5 upon 2 meters. So when you convert 4 4 16, 17 18 19, this will be 19 upon 4 meters minus 5 upon 2 meters. You will take the LCM. LCM will be 4. This will be 19 minus 5 2s are 10. It means 9 upon 4 meter is left. If you convert it into a mixed fraction, 4 2s are 8. 9 upon 4 meters is the final value. What they said, Kiran required 3 pieces of wool for whatever purpose. And the length of each piece should be 5 upon 6 meters. She bought this much 4 whole 3 upon 4 meters of wool. So we have to find out how much wool left with her. Wool left with her. This is what we have to find out. So what we calculated, if length of one piece is 5 upon 6 meters, so length of 3 pieces will be 3 into 5 upon 6. That is what we did. 3 into length of each piece, 3 into 5 upon 6. We got 5.2 after calculation. Now how much wool is left? Whatever she bought minus whatever she utilized. So she bought 4 whole 3 upon 4 minus what is the used 5.2. We subtracted and we got the value. Now we move on to question number 9. Now ninth question is, question number 9. What is that? What portion of a sari can Zainab paint in 1 hour if it requires 7 hours to paint the whole sari in 2.5 hours? Okay. What portion of sari can Zainab paint in 1 hour? You have to find Zainab's painting in 1 hour. This is what you have to find. If they say if it requires 7 hours to paint the whole sari. Whole painting is done. Whole painting takes 7 hours. Now if someone can complete a work in 7 hours, mathematically in 1 hour, how much he will do? 1/7 of the total work. So in how much time will she complete the painting? In how much painting will she complete in 1 hour? That is 1/7. Why? Because what we have done, we have broken the whole part into 7 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in 1 hour 1/7, again in next 1 hour 1/7, 1/7, 1/7, 1/7, 1/7 and 1/7. When you add 1/7 plus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It means 1/7 you will add how many times? 7 times. So it means total will be 7/7 and it will be 1. So basic thing you remember, that if a person is doing a work in 10 days, so in 1 day he will be doing 1/10th of the work. So according to that concept, if Zainab completes the painting in 7 hours, in 1 hour she will complete 1/7 of the painting. Now in the second they ask how much she will complete in 2.5 hours. Now 2.5 hours means 2 to the 4, 1, 5/2 hours. So if she completes painting in 1 hour, so she completes 1/7th of the painting in 1 hour. So in 5.2 hours into 5/2, that will be 5/14 parts of the painting will be done in 2.5 hours. In 1 hour, if she is doing 1/7, so in 5.2 hours, simply multiply. So 1/7 into 5.2, that much parts. Now, and in one whole, the next is in one whole 3/4 hours. So again, convert it. 4 ones are 4 and 3, 7/4 hours. So in 7/4 hours, how much she will do? If she will complete in 1 hour, she completes 1/7. So in 7/4 hours, it will be multiplied by 7/4. 7, 7 cancel. 1/4 painting will be done in one whole 3/4 hours. Now we move on to the next question. Number 10, they say there are 2 bags of rice. One bag weighs 76 whole 5.6. Weight of first bag is 75.6 kg and weight of second bag is 42 whole 2/3 kg. They say that total rice is sold according to the weight is 5/7 of total weight. This much rice is sold. You have to find the weight of the remaining rice. So what we'll do, first we'll find out what was the total weight of the rice. Total weight of the rice is first bag plus second bag, means that rice was present in the first bag plus weight of rice that was present in the second bag. So in order to solve, first we will convert them into improper fraction. This will be 76 into 6. 6 6 are 36, 3 carry 42, 45 plus 5. It means 461. It means it will be 461 upon 6 kg. In the second case, 42 into 3, 3 to the 6, 4 3 the 12, 126 plus 2, 128 upon 3 kg. So we will find total weight of rice. Total weight of rice means whatever was in the first bag plus second bag, means 461 upon 6 plus 128 upon 3. So LCM will be 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1, so it become 461 plus 3 to the 6, 2 8 the 16, 2 2s are 4 1 5, 2 1s are 2. So total comes out to be 617, 5 and 6 11, 1 and 1. 5 and 2, 717 upon 6 kg of rice is there in total. Now how much rice is sold? Rice sold is how much? 5 upon 7 of total weight, and total weight is this much. So 5 upon 7 of 717 upon 6 kg. When you solve it, it will be 5 upon 7 into 717 upon 6. It means 7 5s are 35, 3, 5 ones are 5 and 3, 8, 7 5s are 35 upon 7 6s are 42. It means this can be divisible by 3. So, or we can divide it here only 3. 3 2s are 6, 3 2s are 6, 7, 11, 3 3s are 9, 27, 9s are 27. So I am reducing the calculation part. 9 5s is 45, 4, 9, 5 3s are 15 and 4 19, 9 1 carry, 5 2 are 10 1 11 upon 14. So this was the rice sold. This many kgs of the rice is sold. You have to find the weight of the remaining rice. So weight of remaining rice weight of the remaining rice will be total weight minus sold, whatever weight of rice was sold. So total weight was 717 upon 6 minus rice sold was 1195 upon 14. Now we will take the LCM of 24. Let's find out the LCM of 6 and 14. So 2 3s are 6, 2 7s are 14. Now all these are prime numbers. 2 into 3 is 6, 7s is 42. So LCM is 42. We will take LCM. LCM is 42. Now 6 7 times is 42. 7 7s are 49. 4 7 1s are 7 and 4 11. 1 and 1. 49 1 50. 5019. Then minus, so put a minus. 14 3s is 42. So 5 3s are 15. 1 carry, 27 and 1 28. 2 3 1s are 3. 5 and 3. So when you subtract 5019, you will subtract from 5019 3585. 9 minus 4 5 is 4, and 11 minus 8 is 3. This will be 9. 9 minus 5 is 4, and 4 minus 3 is 1 upon 42. This fraction can be cancelled by 2 because they have common factors. 2 also, this will be cancelled. This 4 at the end, so this can be divided by 2. So 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 2 7s are 14, 2 1s are 2, 2 7s are 14. This 717 and 21 can be divisible by 3. So 3 7s is 21, 3 7s are 21, and 3 2s are 6, 11, 3 3s are 9, 27, 9s are 27. So it came 239 upon 7 kilogram, or this was about weight. How much weight is left? So 239 upon 7 kilogram is left. Now we'll convert into a mixed fraction, means 239 divided by 7, 7 threes are 21, 29 left, 7 fours are 28, 1 left, so it can be finally written as 34 whole 1 upon 7 kilograms. That is the final answer. Now we have finished all the questions except question number 11, and I expect every child to do question number 11 by your own in the practice registers. Whereas whatever questions we have done here on virtual class or today in the virtual class, you all will be doing these questions in your fair notebook. So now this chapter completes properly from very first beginning to the last. Now we'll meet you in the next class. In case you have any doubt, you can send me your problems on this number. I will be trying to solve your problems, right? So please stay blessed, stay home, stay safe, and also subscribe so that others will be benefited. Share it with your friends also. Thank you. Have a nice day.